Yeah.
All right, come. All right, hey, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the brothers from GMS and Lake. Open forum. Just a simple. A Sherman Cox Millstone. Peace and blessings to the live, man. It was a little small, short spurt of rain earlier, and myself and one of the brothers was just out at the lake, you know, enjoying where the spirit takes us. Okay, so go to you want to bring out. Let the spirit flow.
My mind keeps going back to Revelation 13.
Yeah.
Nature. We've been here enjoying what the Lord has created, and they're trying to corrupt what the Lord has actually created. So,
speak up too.
We got Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, so like the brother was saying, here it is, you have the Lord created the heavens and the earth, right, through the angels. Everything is organic, everything is natural. And then you have Esau, him wanting to put technology in your body so he can control you, right? Now, where it says he called us all, both small and great, that's speaking about people. And we went over this at the camp yesterday, okay? It's not talking about nations and countries, all right? That's talking about human beings are going to be introduced to a piece of technology that's going to be injected under their skin. That's what the MOTB, the MOTB or the mark of the beast is, okay? And really, to be honest, if you're an Israelite teaching anything other than the MOTB being a microchip, the Lord is not dealing with you. True prophet, you're not a true teacher, you're not a man of the Lord. Because the scripture says that the prophets will be able to see afar off and they'll have vision. Okay? When you go into these breakdowns, none of these breakdowns in Revelation the 13th chapter equal to sin in all its forms being the mark of the beast or anything other than what GMS says it is. Why? Because the Lord gave the men of great millstone the eye salve and the spirit to see the vision way before it even happens. Somebody has to be those men on the earth telling the whole 100% truth. Especially if you're coming in the name of the Lord. So read that again.
Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, that's obviously talking about people. He doesn't need to say, and he causes all people. These false prophets like to use the obscurity of, okay, rich and poor.
And you normally hear, and this is actually a literal time where it is all. It's not just the Israelites, because this is it's a book written for the Israelites and about the Israelites, but this example of it's not
okay. All right, so it says all, small, great, right? Rich and poor. So if you're a celebrity with millions or you're homeless on the street, you're going to be required to get the MOTB implant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Prisoners,
Right, prisoners.
they're going to be levying your time, bringing it down, maybe even releasing them to get this implant.
Well, they do that now. You know, they'll release them, put them on, like instead of having a report to a parole officer every month, they can just track you with the MOTB in your body.
Yeah. Remember
Okay.
Demolition Man? As soon as they woke them up, they tracked them to monitor them, to control them. It's a way of control.
That's all they got to do. Put it inside you. They know where the prisoner's going. They know where they're at. Instead of putting on an ankle monitor that these little juvenile delinquents cut off, nah, you have the chip in you. So we'll just down and parole information down to your chip, scan it, and then now we'll know where you are.
It says small and great.
Right,
So
small
even
and great. Yep.
the great men that we, at least what we consider in this world to be great, you got your athletes. They're going to chip them so that they can monitor where they are and what they're doing, so they still provide a value to the sports and entertainment that they do, as well as our entertainers. They're going to make sure they're chipped to keep an eye out on them, to watch their property, basically.
Yeah. Once you get this MOTB, this plant, you're going to be owned by the elites, and that's ultimately all things are leading up to. Yeah, we watch on the news and hear about Iran and Russia, and that's cool. But the real vision, the real prophecies that come to pass next is not World War III. Okay? It's not the destruction. It's the mark of the beast. That's the next major prophecy. Then, once that's introduced worldwide, then we can start looking at what's going on with this war. For a chapter, the world. Then those things are going to happen, and they're going to be moving quick.
And I'm going to read that for you.
Okay, go ahead. Russia and Ukraine, proxy wars with the U.S. and the West, versus Russia and China and Iran.
Yeah.
War in the South China Sea. All that is wars of wars. Okay, go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled yet, man. We're not in that time yet. We're not relevant to Bible prophecy, but that's not the main thing we're looking for right now. Okay? Then to send troops in the Middle East, really look into this draft, and then
Jacob's trouble.
Right, Jacob's trouble. I'm talking about dealing with this war. That's going to be happening around the same time. Because that's what's going to, because that chaos and that anarchy, the solution to bring order is going to be the microchip implant. It's clear to see, right?
Plain.
It's plain to see. Okay, but if the Lord is not dealing with you, if you can't see it, then you can't teach it. So if you sold out to Esau and this system, right? Or if the Lord just blinded you, then you're not really a true seer. You're not a true revolutionary. Okay? You're just a Negro to know you're an Israelite. You know a couple of scriptures. The Lord is dealing with the elect top men. Okay, finish that out, and then we're going to get Jeremiah 5:1.
For all these things must come to pass.
For all these things must come to pass, the wars and rumors of wars. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. Right?
So that MOTB hadn't come.
Right. I ain't all hyped up over what's going on with Iran and Israel right now. Okay? Need to be watching Elon Musk and these technocrats. Okay, let's get Jeremiah 5:1.
Jeremiah 5:1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if you can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment.
Yeah, so we're supposed to go to the streets, speak to Jerusalem, which is our people first, the Israelites, and see if which of them are the hopeful elect of the elect, and bring them into the fold. Teach them this truth. Okay? Seek who executes judgment. Go ahead.
It says, and know and seek in the broad places thereof.
What's the broad places? We seek in the broad places, which are the street corners in the different cities and towns around the world. Wherever the Lord has his prophets.
If you can find a man, there be any that executed judgment, that I will pardon it.
So those that are seeking that the Lord is going to pardon, right? Because the elect are going to repent and they're going to turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And they're going to be given the secrets, because the men of the Lord are the prophets. So all the prophets are waking back up now, okay? Friends of the prophets, and those are iniquity, Yahweh Shai. The full establishment of the new covenant, it hasn't been manifested yet. Okay? You got something?
Yeah. It's Revelation 2 and 17, because we're talking about that pardoning. And in the ancient world, you had the black stone and the white stone.
White stone, yep.
And the white stone was you being pardoned, or you being forgiven of whatever was done.
Mm-hmm.
And so Revelation 2 and 17 says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Mm-hmm.
To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna.
Yeah, that's the secret. All right, you get this truth, get these secrets. Go ahead.
And will give him a white stone.
Right.
And that's being pardoned. And in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to give you a whole new refreshing of this truth. And you mark you innocent. That's pursuant to Ezekiel 9 and 4. The mark of the Lord, which is the mark of the Lord is a spiritual mark, not the MOTB. Esau ain't spiritual. He's a violent carnal man. Okay? He wants to tangibly mark you, which is going to be that implant. Okay? The Lord is going to give you a spiritual mark of exemption. Another word for exemption is to pardon someone. Okay? So the Lord is going to pardon the elect, exempt them from the destruction, the wrath of the Lord to come. Okay? That's why we go through, going back to Jeremiah 5. Let's go back to that real quick.
Gotcha.
Okay? And the Lord is going to pardon a man that seeketh the truth. You can read it again.
Yeah. Jeremiah 5 and 1. Run ye to and fro, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
Yeah. The Lord's going to pardon the men that seek the truth. If you're just looking to use Israel and the way to get money, sell, teach, and whatever else you can think of, then the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He's not going to pardon. He's only going to give that exemption and that pardoning to the elect. Every other Israelite is going to be destroyed. You're part of that number in Zechariah 13 and 8 of the 2/3 to be destroyed here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because the majority of our people, you niggas ain't right. You're not right with the Lord. Okay? You're just filling up space in contrast to the elect. Right? Like Paul said, as enemies for your sake. Okay? For the gospel's sake. All right? But the majority of you are slated for destruction. Okay?
right.
You got something else?
That's about it. Let's
Okay, let's go to Isaiah 30 and 20.
gotcha.
All right? The Lord is seeking the elect to be delivered.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction.
And that's something that our people have been enduring for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Adversity and affliction. Okay?
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Yet your teachers are not going to be removed into a corner anymore. There's not going to be any reason for your teachers to hide. All right? You know, you go into the history and you read about Elijah, right? He was hiding in caves and running from Ahab and Jezebel, and he thought that he was the only prophet of Israel left.
Yeah.
Until the Lord said that he has 7,000 men that have not bowed down the knee to Baal. So the Lord always has a remnant set up to do his bidding. Okay? So the teachers of the Israelites are here. Okay? While we're seeing Sakari and IUIC and all these other groups teach wayward doctrines and break up and split up, and then you start to see their true nature, Great Millstone is growing ever stronger, right? The prophecy says that the house of David will wax weaker, and the house of Saul will wax weaker, and the house of David will wax stronger. Those groups are of the house of Saul. House of David is waxing stronger, starting with Great Millstone. Okay? And that's just the truth. You know, you can accept it or not. But the fact of the matter is, the Lord has men on the earth. Just as much lies and debauchery and witchcraft and wizardry is out here in the earth, right? You have to have a balance. Mm-hmm. So that means somebody has to have the whole truth.
Yeah. Come on.
That's just nature. Can't have hot without cold. Can't have evil without good. You can't have righteousness without wickedness. You can't have false prophets without the true prophets. Somebody has to play those roles.
Precept.
You know, what you need to ask yourself is, are you playing the role of a righteous prophet?
1 Corinthians 2 and 14, because you just said, because that's just nature. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him.
Yeah, so if you're a sensual man of the earth and you're worldly, you're not going to get the spiritual things to scriptures. One way. That's why you can't see, you got groups in America. All right? But we're in a time period where the Lord is getting ready to separate who's his chosen and who's not chosen.
Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Yeah. You have to have some level of spiritual discernment. And what did Yahweh Shai say? Yahweh Shai said, when you tell somebody something in the ear, you're telling a secret, right? Being true or not. But if you don't accept it and you've been warned, and then it comes, then that's going to lead to your destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't take heed to what the prophets say. But if you've gotten the secret and you don't tell nobody, and you don't preach it upon the housetops, then not only is the people going to be destroyed, but you're going to be destroyed. Yeah. That's pursuant to the book of Ezekiel.
That blood's going to be on your hands.
Yep. The blood shall be upon your hand. Okay? Because you don't do what you were supposed to do with this word. That's what Yahweh Shai was talking about in the parable of the talents. Putting the talent in a napkin and hiding it. No, we're supposed to multiply these talents, man. Which is what? The Lord's money. Okay? We're investing not in Forex. We're not investing in the stock market and bonds and growing our personal entrepreneurship and business. No, we're investing in this truth. We're investing in this word. And then that's how we gain all the many members and followers that take heed to the 100% truth. To the point that not only do you have many members of GMS, you have affiliates as well. Okay? So that's the house of David waxing stronger. Okay? Now, what are the men of the Lord doing when they get that secret and they preaching? We're set up as watchmen. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe
That
the,
light. That light.
Yeah, that light. You know, like a watchtower or like a
Lighthouse.
yeah, like a lighthouse. You know? Let me get a Habakkuk 2, start at the top.
Gotcha.
Habakkuk the second.
Yeah.
Habakkuk. Habakkuk,
Habakkuk.
the second chapter.
2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Right, so the men of the Lord are sitting on their watch, sitting on their tower, okay, awaiting to see what the Spirit of the Lord is going to reveal to them. That's why we're constantly doing videos on different news articles, breaking news reports, speaking on current events, current news, because what's happening is relevant to Bible prophecy, right? And based upon something known as trends, right? Because you have trending economic analysts that look at the market trends and they can tell you, oh, based upon this information, this is how the global economy is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. They can see the trajectory. Why? Because they can see, right? They have the vision to see forward. They have the information to know, okay, this is what's going to happen based upon the market trajectory. Well, we see the same thing in the spirit with Bible prophecy. Based upon what's going on in the world economy today, we know that Esau is setting up something to where the current global economic system is going to fall, and they're going to introduce a new global system.
He even tells us.
Right, and he tells you what he's doing. We're going to introduce digital IDs. We're going to introduce digital wallets. All money is going to be
Digital.
Yeah, digital central bank digital currency. Okay.
They said they're changing. They're changing the system.
Yeah, they're changing the system over, just like they did when they went during the time of Obama. They went from analog. They finally went from analog television to digital.
Yeah.
Okay. That normal everyday cable box you had to do away with. Now to the point, all you got to do is just purchase a TV, and you can just stream through the internet. The network, connect to your internet network on your smart TV, and you don't need to even use a coaxial cable no more. Well, that's the same thing they're doing to the monetary system. Okay?
And watch to see what he will say unto me.
Which are the prophecies going to give. That's why it says, Son of man, hear ye the word. Making these visions plain upon the table. The vision is written, known worldwide as the Holy Bible. Okay? La Santa Biblia. Okay?
Biblios.
The Holy Scriptures are a divine work by the Supreme Most High Power himself, Yahweh. It's not plagiarized from other religions or Egyptology. Here it is. You got these Negroes, right? Pan-Africans and these other Hotep Negroes saying that the Bible is plagiarized from Egyptology. When you read the Bible, the gods of Egypt, the kingdom of Egypt was destroyed by the God of the Bible. Then in the same breath, they'll say, yeah, well, King James wrote it. The white man wrote it. You don't know what you're talking about. It's plagiarized from Egypt, but then the white man wrote it. But then in the same breath, but we all Hebrews, though. A bunch of confused niggas.
Darkness. Some darkness.
Yeah, gross darkness, as the scriptures say. Right? But that's why the Lord said, he's only setting up his watchmen. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
There's an appointed time when a certain prophecy is set to come to pass. Okay? Right? Like we started off with Revelation 13:16. We're waiting for the appointed time when the mark of the beast is going to be mandated around the world. But before that happens, what are we to do? We're supposed to warn you that it's coming, which technically is already here, but it hasn't been mandated. That's what it means when it says he calls it all. He hasn't called everybody to get it yet. He's just introducing it, right? You got Elon Musk and the Neuralink. That's the MOTB.
Kind of warming them up.
Yeah,
warming everybody up.
It's all through gradualism, right? How many people pay with cash? Very few people pay with cash. You might pay for certain, depending on what type of business, maybe a small mom and pop business might still take cash. But even then, they still have those tap to pay terminals.
Even warming people up to do the tap to pay and the inserting your card instead of swiping it.
Yeah, remember you used
that was
to
a big
insert
deal.
the card. Yeah.
And before that, you had to swipe it. And then to the insert and then to the tap. And now we're on the tap, which actually, that's huge.
How long did insert the chip card? How long did that last?
Not very long, really.
Maybe about 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
They went straight, people got so desensitized at that, they went straight to tap.
And now it's straight, yeah.
Because what happened? When the C19, the pandemic happened in 2020, everything was you don't want to touch coins.
Yeah.
You don't want to accept money from people. You don't want to accept cash. So
you could just tap it.
Everything was going cashless terminal. That was a way to introduce the system, which was becoming the new image of the beast. Okay? The new system was being set up. Okay? And things haven't been the same since before that.
Little gradual steps.
Gradualism, gradual steps. That's how the elites move, gradually. Okay?
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right, so an appointed time is set up when certain prophecies are set to take place. Right? And when we do see the implant be mandated around the world, the Israelite leaders outside of GMS that teach differently, they're either going to start to see it and teach it, right? But first, y'all got to repent for slandering GMS the whole time, right? When we've been right. Okay? Then, you're either going to, repent and teach the right thing, or they're going to double down and continue to sell out the Esau and say it's okay, like they did with the jump shot.
Yeah.
So it would behoove you to start studying, analyzing. Don't just read Revelation 13:16 at the surface level. Go into the Greek, go into the Hebrew, and get a better understanding of those words and what was actually meant when John the Baptist had that vision. John the Revelator had that vision. Okay, so you can teach it correctly. Because that's going to change the game, not just for Israel, not just for America, but all around the world. Okay? All around the world, you're going to see people, just like they were lining up to get tested and get the jump shot, they're going to do the same thing when it comes time for this implant. Because you're going to need it for groceries, for going to work, for buying and selling anything. You want to keep that little business, that little food truck, you're going to have to get the MOTB implant. You want to keep doing hair, and which really, to be honest, that little side, unless you got an actual salon and beauty shop, that little side hustle, all these side hustles, selling weed and drugs and that side hustle shit you niggas do, that's going to be out the window. If Esau can't get a piece of it, you ain't getting none of it, right? As Klaus Schwab said, quoting him, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Leading up to what? Leading up to this new digital world that they're creating. Universal basic income, you ain't gonna really work, right? Unless you're authorized. AI is going to be in in your life. I seen the Samsung commercial yesterday. It was a Samsung commercial, but they was introducing this new technology where pretty much everything in your home is going to be connected with AI.
Yeah.
You know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up, and then if I can see, something imperative, then I'll do a lesson on it. But Samsung is one of the key innovators of this new AI and appliance technology.
Yeah. And it's not even just Elon, because everybody's got their eyes on Elon Muskie, thinking who's bringing it, but it's a lot of different companies
Yeah.
that are investing in this
Yeah.
and bringing forth this tool to bring about this new environment that they're trying to create, this new world
Yep.
that they're trying to create. But it's not going to work, because the Lord ain't going to let it work.
Yeah. It's only going to work to get those that the Lord don't want.
Mm-hmm.
But the elect won't get caught. Go ahead.
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
At the end, it shall speak and not lie. We're in the time of the end now. How do we know that we're in the time of the end? Because the prophecies of the end times are coming to pass. So it's starting to speak, and it's not going to lie. So that means if it's not going to lie, somebody got to be telling you the whole truth. Somebody got to be telling you the right thing. All these other Israelite groups outside of GMS, IUIC, ISUPK, some shape or form, they all say the image of the beast is white. They all say the mark of the beast in some shape or form is sin in all its form. They all got the same breakdown. When you read the scriptures and you read the actual prophecy, they don't go into verse 17. They don't go into verse 18. They don't really break down the whole Bible. They'll tell you, then now what they're starting to say is they might throw a microchip in there. They might push the microchip. Why? Because either you're starting to see it, right, or you're trying to save face. Because you don't want to admit that GMS has been right the whole time. Because your ego, your pride, and your... It's easy. Get on the podium, grab the microphone, and say, I'm sorry, we've been teaching the whole time that the MOTB is sin. It's not. It is actually the implant. GMS has been right. So we're going to make sure that we're teaching the right thing. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just teach the right thing. Nobody said, apostles didn't say you got to be up under their authority. We're correcting you and rebuking you because you're going off. Okay? That's why it's important that we are watchmen and we're going over prophecies the right way, because lives are on the line. Okay? Shalom to everybody on the comment board. Your lives are on the line. We can't sit here and lie to you. Okay?
And I have that word lie from the Etamon online, and it says speak falsely, tell an untruth for the purpose of misleading. And so they're misleading the flock, basically leading them to their death if they're saying anything other than it being the micro C. And then lie also it's got two. So there's the lie to tell an untruth, but then there's also lie, which is to rest horizontally, be in a recumbent position, so you're lying down. And so this vision is not going to just lay there in this sleep form. It's going to wake up, and it's going to be very visual. We're going to see it. It's going to be awoken. It's going to be right in our faces.
It's going to be right in your face. It's going to be right coming to a neighborhood near you.
Mm-hmm. Two, three. For the vision is at time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right, it shall surely come. Tarry means to wait long, meaning it's not going to wait long and come to pass. Okay? So it's going to be in a very short time. Hey, it's months away. Look how many human trials Elon Musk is doing with Neuralink. Okay? Look at all the success rates of people that have the implant in their hand and they're using it to buy and sell. Okay? Take out your debit card, go to the store, fill up on gas for work in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verse 4.
Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not in him.
Yeah, that's Esau. Esau is so he's living in his kingdom. His soul is lifted up in his pride. He thinks he's going to achieve his agenda, his NWO, right? But it's not right because he wants to introduce the MOTB, which, like you said earlier, that's against nature. Okay, that's against the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
To put an implant in your body of a foreign object. And then one of the consequences for taking it is a grievous sore on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Causing cancer and radiation, poison. That's detrimental to the temple that Yahweh Bashar Shah gave you. That's another reason why we know that it's not sin and it's something physical. Okay?
Yeah, because it says that. It says they're going to get a grievous sore.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get a grievous sore from a philosophy.
Right.
Or from...
believing in white Jesus.
Yeah.
John 3:16.
Get it from an implant.
Yeah, they say, if you believe it in your mind, in your right hand, you do it in your action. Yeah, and your mind is going to be a microchip, and in your hand going to be a microchip, and you going to buy and sell with it. That's it. It's something physical. It's not a philosophy. Okay? But if you take it, it is a sin. All right? It is a sin to eat pork, but the market is pig sin? No, the pig isn't sin, it's an animal. It has a purpose, it has a use. But if you eat pork, then you will be transgression. You will be committing sin. Okay? There's nothing wrong with microchips by themselves. We use them all the time. In your debit credit card, in your smartphone. But if you put it in your body, it will be a sin to get it there.
And it's a very high sin. It's a great sin. Because
it's a sin of the devil.
We accidentally probably get some pork in our system from certain things here in Babylon. Just can't even help it. But the Lord's not going to just leave us here because we accidentally got something like pork in our system.
Yeah, you got to willfully take it.
If you willfully take this MOTB, the Lord's going to leave you here for you to get burned up.
Which is the microchip implant.
If you accidentally get it, which ain't no accidents with it.
Ain't no accident to get it.
But just saying, like,
no,
there's
I'm
no
not
way
saying
you
you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that ain't how it works. Yeah.
It ain't no accidents with it.
Yeah.
But if you get it, the Lord is going to leave you here.
Yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
He will leave you here and melt you. That's in Isaiah.
Yeah.
He will leave you here and melt you here.
Chemist Dross. Finishing up Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
But the just shall live by his faith. So we have to go off of faith in order to survive, in this coming evil, calamitous world. Jacob's trouble, all of that. All right, we live by faith. Okay? Was it on that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get Revelation 14 started. Was it 14 and 9? Then we'll read down to 12 and then we'll close out.
Okay. Revelation 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right, which are the nuclear missiles, the nuclear destruction. So if you receive, I mean, that's how you know it's something physical. Because if you take it, if you receive it in your head, your forehead, or your hands, the Lord gonna destroy you. Go ahead.
Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Right. So Yahweh Shai, the elect, the angels, and the chariots, they're gonna be looking down, watching the destruction of Babylon the Great, and your black ass in it for getting the MOTB implant. You shall be left here, and the Lord will melt you. Go ahead.
And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever.
Yeah, like now, you know, locally here, you got this plant
Oh, yeah.
that blew up, and you can see the smoke from miles away, right? Well, that's how Babylon the Great is going to burn. Okay, all the chemicals, all the wickedness
Yeah.
of people, right? Everything in Babylon the Great is going to burn. Cars, buildings, chemical plants, trees, and people is going to be left here to burn and be melted via nuclear destruction. Okay?
And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast in his image.
Yeah, so if you comply, if you worship this system, which means to comply to this digital implant, right, then you're going to be destroyed. Okay? Now, it's not going to literally burn forever, but it's going to burn for a long time. Okay? And this place, America, is going to be left as a desolate wasteland, a desert, as a memorial for not sinning against the Lord. Go ahead.
And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the faith of the saints.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Remember, we just read that the just shall live by faith. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Okay? So we have to have patience and faith when they introduce the MOTB, because this destruction is going to take place once you receive it. It's going to come quick after they introduce that thing, man.
Yeah.
World War III, the Battle of Armageddon. Okay? The destruction of Magog and Gog that shall never rise again. Okay? Go ahead.
Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai.
Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments. So we do keep the commandments. We can't keep it 100%, but we can keep it to the best of our ability. Okay? And then coupled with that, we have to have faith in Yahweh Shai. Right? That's it?
That's it.
So, so we just want to speak on that. Many prophecies are coming to pass. They're going to come quick too, right? So we have to have faith in the Lord. And those of us that understand the truth, we got to preach it, teach it, because we can see it.
Yeah.
And the hopeful elect shall receive it, receive the truth. So with that, we're going to close out. I hope this was an edifying lesson. We want to give our praises, our glory, our honor unto Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh.
Once again, double honors to the apostles, bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.